Imagine a moment, a singular, defining moment that holds the power to reshape your perspective, your path, and perhaps your entire destiny. Have you ever experienced such a moment? A point in time where you felt a stirring deep within, a call to stand taller, to raise your voice, to be the architect of your own life. Picture this: a young soul, eyes wide with dreams, standing at the crossroads of life, where the path of conformity intersects with the road less traveled, the road of self-advocacy and leadership. This is not just a story, it's our story, your story, and the essence of our journey together today. Within each of us lies a reservoir of untapped potential, a wellspring of power waiting to be released. But the question remains, how do we unlock this vault of inner strength? How do we stand up for ourselves in a world that often tries to silence the whispers of our hearts? It starts with a whisper, a soft yet persistent whisper that says, I am worthy. I deserve to be heard. I can lead my life with purpose and passion. It's about embracing the courage to listen to that whisper, to let it guide you through the storms, to let it be your compass in the quest for authenticity and self-fulfillment. Standing up for oneself is not just about asserting your rights, it's about recognizing your worth, your value, and your ability to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. It's about shedding the layers of doubt and fear that have held you back, about stepping into the light of self-belief and proclaiming, here I am with all my imperfections and strengths, ready to shape my destiny. This act of self-advocacy is a declaration of independence, a claim of sovereignty over one's life. And yet, the journey to self-empowerment is fraught with challenges. There will be moments of uncertainty, times when the road ahead seems shrouded in shadow. But it is precisely in these moments that our true strength is tested and forged. It is in the midst of adversity that we discover the depth of our resilience, the tenacity of our spirit. Remember, the mightiest trees are not those sheltered from the storm, but those that stand tall and firm, roots deep in the earth, branches reaching towards the sky, unyielding in the face of gale and tempest. But where does this journey begin? It begins with a single step, a step towards embracing your authentic self, towards recognizing the unique light you have to offer the world. It's a step fraught with risk, yes, but also brimming with the promise of growth, transformation, and fulfillment. To stand up for yourself is to embark on a voyage of self-discovery, to navigate the complex tapestry of human emotion and experience, and to emerge not unscathed, but stronger, wiser, and more vibrant than ever before. As we venture into the heart of this narrative, remember that standing up for yourself is not a solitary endeavor. It is a collective journey, a shared quest for truth, dignity, and self-respect. Along the way, you will find kindred spirits, fellow travelers who have heard the same whisper within their souls, who have chosen to heed the call of self-leadership. Together, we form a mosaic of courage, a tapestry woven from the threads of our individual stories, each one unique yet bound by a common thread, the unyielding belief in our own worth and the transformative power of standing up for oneself. The importance of self-belief. As we journey forward from that initial step of standing tall, we find ourselves at the heart of our voyage, where the essence of our path becomes clear. It's here, in the sanctum of self-belief, that the true magic of transformation begins. But what is self-belief, and why does it hold such power over our lives? Imagine for a moment a seed, tiny and unassuming, buried beneath the soil. Within it lies the potential for greatness, the promise of a towering tree, if only it believes in its own capacity to grow. Self-belief is the sunlight that nourishes that seed, the rain that quenches its thirst, the very soil that anchors its roots. Without it, the seed remains just that, a seed, unfulfilled, its whispers of greatness silenced by the weight of the earth above. But with it, the possibilities are limitless. A tree that touches the sky, roots that intertwine with the earth, branches that dance with the wind, all from the belief in what could be. Now consider your own life. Each of us carries within us a seed of potential, a spark of the divine waiting to be nurtured by the light of our belief. But too often we become our own shadow, casting doubt where there should be light, stifling the growth that is our birthright. The journey to self-belief is fraught with such shadows, and yet it is within our power to step into the light, to tell ourselves, yes, I can. Yes, I will. How do we cultivate this mighty force within us? It begins with the stories we tell ourselves, the narratives we choose to believe. We must become the authors of our own destiny, scripting a tale of triumph, resilience, and unwavering faith in our own capabilities. Speak to yourself with kindness, with love, with the unshakable conviction that you are worthy of every dream that dances in your heart. And yet, self-belief is not a fortress we build overnight. It is a garden we tend to daily, nurturing it with positive affirmations, watering it with the successes of our past, and pruning away the doubts that creep in uninvited. Remember, the mightiest of oaks was once a seed that stood its ground and believed in its potential to grow, despite the darkness that enveloped it. Let us then make a pact here and now to believe in ourselves, to support one another in our quest for self-discovery. For in believing in ourselves, we unlock the door to limitless potential. We become the architects of our future, the sculptors of our destiny. No dream is too lofty, no aspiration too grand when fueled by the power of self-belief. But what of the moments when belief wavers, when the shadows lengthen and the light seems but a distant memory? It is then that we must lean on the strength of our collective spirit, drawing comfort from the knowledge that we are not alone in our journey. The path to self-belief is a shared journey illuminated by the light of those who have walked before us, who whisper through the annals of time, "Keep going, for you are closer than you think." As we move forward, let us carry with us the lessons of the seed, the unyielding faith in our own growth, the knowledge that within us lies the power to rise above the soil, to reach for the sky, to become the fullest expression of ourselves. This is the promise of self-belief, a promise that lies within each of us, waiting only for the light of our conviction to set it free. So I ask you, will you join me in this pledge of self-belief? Will you stand with me in the light, hands joined, hearts open as we declare to the world we believe in ourselves? For in this belief lies the key to unlocking our true potential, to leading lives of purpose, passion, and profound fulfillment. Together, let us embark on this journey of self-belief, a journey that will lead us not only to the realization of our own dreams, but to the creation of a world where every soul is empowered to stand tall, to raise their voice, to be the master of their own destiny. The power of voice. In the radiant glow of self-belief, with our hearts aligned and spirits lifted, we discover another jewel in the crown of our journey, the power of voice. Have you ever paused to marvel at the sheer beauty and potency of the human voice? Not merely as a vessel for words, but as a conduit of our deepest emotions, our most fervent hopes, and our most profound truths. Our voice is the bridge between our innermost selves and the vast expanse of the world around us. It is through our voice that we assert our presence, share our stories, and connect with the tapestry of human experience. But what does it truly mean to find your voice? It is more than the act of speaking, it is the art of being heard. To find your voice is to delve into the essence of your being, to uncover the unique melody that resides within you, and to let it sing freely unencumbered by fear or doubt. It is to stand in your truth, to express your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with clarity, confidence, and conviction. Your voice is your instrument of change, a beacon of light that guides you through the darkness, a declaration of your sovereignty over your own life. Consider for a moment the symphony of voices that have shaped our world. Voices that have whispered words of love, roared calls for justice, and sung melodies of hope. Voices that throughout history have challenged the status quo, uplifted the downtrodden, and sparked movements that have altered the course of human destiny. These voices began as a single note, a solitary whisper, yet they reverberated across the globe, echoing through the annals of time. Now turn your gaze inward and ask yourself, what stories do I carry within me? What truths are yearning to be expressed through my voice? Know that your voice, no matter how soft or hesitant it may seem, carries within it the power to move mountains, to heal wounds, and to ignite the flames of transformation. But to unleash this power, you must first believe in the worth of your words, in the significance of your story, and in the impact of your voice. Finding your voice is not without its challenges. There will be times when doubt creeps in, when your voice trembles and falters, when the fear of judgment or rejection casts a shadow over your spirit. It is in these moments that you must remember the strength that lies in vulnerability, the courage that lies in authenticity, and the power that lies in perseverance. Your voice is your birthright, a gift that no one can take from you. It is up to you to nurture it, to let it grow strong and resonant, to use it as a force for good in your life and in the lives of others. But how do we begin this journey of discovery and empowerment? It starts with a single word, a single note, a single note, a single step. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Share your story, even if it's just a whisper. Listen to the voices of those around you, for in their stories you may find pieces of your own. Encourage others to find their voice, for in lifting them you elevate yourself. As we embrace the power of voice, let us also embrace the responsibility that comes with it. To use our voice wisely with compassion, integrity, and respect. To listen as fervently as we speak, for in listening we learn, we grow, and we connect. To remember that our words can build bridges or walls, heal or harm, inspire or discourage. Let us choose to be architects of understanding, healers of hearts, and catalysts of change. In the silence that follows, know that your voice has the power to fill the void with light, with love, and with hope. So I invite you, as we journey forward, to let your voice be heard. Let it echo through the valleys of doubt and soar over the mountains of fear. Let it resonate with the strength of your convictions and the depth of your compassion. For in finding and using your voice, you not only transform your own life, but also contribute to the symphony of human progress, a symphony that thrives on the harmony of our collective voices. Setting boundaries, the ultimate form of self-respect. Imagine, if you will, a garden, your garden. Envision its vibrant colors, the variety of flowers blossoming under the nurturing rays of the sun, the harmony of its existence. Now picture a boundary around this garden, a fence that protects, nurtures, and defines. This boundary does not stifle, rather, it allows the garden to flourish, safe from the trample of heedless footsteps and the encroachment of unwanted weeds. Your life, much like this garden, thrives when boundaries are clearly defined and respectfully maintained. Setting boundaries is not an act of defiance nor an assertion of selfishness. It is instead the most profound expression of self-respect. It is the recognition of our worth, the acknowledgement of our value, and the declaration of our right to grow, unimpeded and unencumbered. Boundaries allow us to honor our needs, our feelings, and our well-being, granting us the space to breathe, to reflect, and to cultivate inner peace. But how, you may ask, do we begin to erect these necessary fences? It starts with a deep and unwavering understanding of self, a clarity of what truly matters to us. It requires the courage to say no, to articulate our needs, and to stand firm in the face of opposition. It is a skill honed over time that asks of us to be both tender and tenacious, to hold our ground with grace and dignity. The beauty of boundaries lies in their ability to transform relationships, fostering mutual respect, understanding, and genuine connection. They teach others how to love us, how to treat us, and importantly, they reflect how we love and treat ourselves. Boundaries are not walls that keep the world out, they are gates that invite the world to meet us at our most authentic. Yet setting boundaries is not without its challenges. It can be met with resistance, confusion, even anger from those accustomed to a version of us unguarded and without limits. This is the crucible of growth, the moment where we must hold fast to our convictions, knowing that the discomfort of adjustment pales in comparison to the freedom and peace that await. In this journey of setting boundaries, let us also learn to respect the fences others have erected around their gardens. For in understanding and honoring the boundaries of others, we deepen our capacity for empathy, forge healthier relationships, and create a world marked by mutual respect and understanding. As we embark on this path, remember that setting boundaries is an act of ongoing negotiation, a dialogue between our inner selves and the external world. It requires vigilance, patience, and above all, love. It is a testament to our growth, a marker of our evolution from who we were to who we aspire to be. So I invite you, with open hearts and minds, to consider the boundaries you need to establish in your own life. Reflect on the areas where you've allowed your garden to be trampled upon, and where you've neglected to nurture its growth. Think of the peace, the joy, and the strength that await on the other side of those fences you dare to build. Together, let us commit to this act of self-respect, to the creation of boundaries that protect, honor, and celebrate the essence of who we are. Let us navigate the delicate balance of give and take with wisdom and compassion, knowing that in setting boundaries we are not pushing the world away, but rather inviting it to embrace the full, vibrant spectrum of our being. In the end, the boundaries we set are the highest form of love we can offer ourselves. They are the foundation upon which our respect for ourselves and for others is built. They empower us to lead lives of purpose, integrity, and profound fulfillment. So let us draw our lines with intention, care for our gardens with love, and watch as our lives blossom into expressions of our truest selves, radiant and resplendent in the light of self-respect. The role of resilience in overcoming adversity. As we journey through the realms of self-belief, harness the power of our voice, and learn the sacred art of setting boundaries, we arrive at a profound crossroads. Here, amidst the garden of our existence, stands a resilient tree, its roots deep, its branches high. This tree, dear friends, symbolizes the essence of resilience, a quality so vital in the garden of life, where adversity and challenge are as natural as the seasons themselves. Resilience, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, to rise again after falling, is not merely a trait, but a testament to the human spirit. It is the silent strength that fuels us, the unwavering light that guides us through the darkest nights, the inner compass that leads us back home to ourselves time and time and time again. But one might wonder, how does one cultivate such resilience? How do we ensure that when the storms come, as they invariably do, we stand not as reeds swayed by the tempest, but as mighty oaks rooted in our essence? The answer lies within the stories of our lives, in the moments of challenge and adversity that we have all faced. Think back to a time when you felt overwhelmed, when the weight of the world seemed too heavy to bear. What was it that saw you through? Was it not the quiet voice within whispering, "You are stronger than you know"? Was it not the hand of a friend, the words of a loved one, the memory of another storm weathered, another battle won? Resilience is not born in the absence of struggle, but in the heart of it. It is forged in the fires of adversity, shaped by the hammer of challenge, and polished by the grit of perseverance. To be resilient is to look adversity in the eye and say, "You may shake me, but you will not break me." It is to draw upon the wellspring of strength that resides within each of us, the indomitable spirit that refuses to be quenched. But let us not mistake resilience for mere endurance. It is not about weathering the storm in silent suffering, but about learning from the tempest, growing stronger with each gust of wind, and emerging not just intact but transformed. Resilience is the art of bouncing back, of turning obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into stepping stones. It is about embracing change, navigating transitions with grace, and always moving forward. In this journey of cultivating resilience, let us also recognize the power of community, of connection, of shared humanity. For just as a single tree gains strength from the forest around it, so too do we draw power from the bonds that unite us. In times of trial, it is the compassion, support, and understanding of others that lend us strength, that remind us we are not alone in our struggles. So let us lean on each other, offer a shoulder, extend a hand, for in giving we receive, and in supporting others we fortify ourselves. As we reflect on the role of resilience in our lives, let us also consider the legacy we wish to leave. For the true measure of our resilience is not just in our ability to endure, but in our capacity to inspire, to be a beacon of hope for others navigating their own storms. Let us be the lighthouses, standing tall and steadfast, guiding others to safe harbor through our example, our stories, our unwavering resilience. In closing, I invite you to embrace resilience not just as a shield against adversity, but as a way of life. Let it infuse every step you take, every decision you make, every path you choose. For in the embrace of resilience lies the promise of renewal, the potential for growth, and the path to true empowerment. Let us walk this path together with hearts open, spirits brave, and resilience unwavering, for on the horizon awaits a dawn of endless possibilities, a world of dreams realized, a future of unbounded potential. Leading by example, becoming a beacon of change. In the tapestry of life, where threads of our experiences weave together to form the fabric of our existence, there comes a moment, a defining instance, when we realize our potential not just to exist, but to lead, to inspire, to be a beacon of change in a world thirsty for light. This moment, this realization, is not marked by grand gestures or thunderous applause. It is found in the quiet decisions, the small acts of kindness, the steadfast commitment to principles and values that speak louder than words. Leading by example is not merely about the positions we hold or the titles before our names. It is about the integrity of our actions, the consistency of our character, the compassion of our hearts. It is about being the change we wish to see in the world, as someone once said. But what does it mean to be a beacon of change? It means to illuminate the path for others, to guide, to inspire, not by dictating the way, but by walking the journey ourselves, step by step, with purpose and conviction. Consider for a moment the lighthouse standing solitary upon the shore. It does not call out to the ships, it does not sail the seas to guide them home. Yet, through the simple act of shining its light, it becomes a symbol of hope, a guide through the darkest nights and the stormiest seas. Similarly, we become beacons of change not by compelling others to follow, but by living our truth, by embodying the values and ideals we espouse, and by shining our light so others may find their way. But how do we embark on this path? It begins with self-reflection, with understanding our core values, what we stand for, and what we hope to achieve. It requires authenticity, living in alignment with our truth, and being transparent in our intentions and actions. It demands courage, the bravery to stand up for what is right, even when it is not popular, even when it is hard. And it necessitates compassion, a deep empathy for others, recognizing that our lights shine brightest when we illuminate the path for those around us. To lead by example is also to embrace vulnerability, to acknowledge our flaws and imperfections, and to share our journey of growth and learning. It is in our vulnerabilities that we find our greatest strength, for they connect us to the humanity in others. When we share our struggles and our triumphs, we invite others into our story, we build bridges of understanding, and we foster a community of support and solidarity. Moreover, leading by example means to empower others, to uplift and encourage those around us to find their own light, their own path. It is to recognize that leadership is not about creating followers, but about nurturing new leaders, inspiring a cascade of change that ripples through communities, societies, and generations. As we stand here in the crossroads of our journey, let us make a pledge to ourselves and to each other to be beacons of change in our own lives, in our communities, and in the world at large. Let us commit to leading by example, to walking our talk with integrity and compassion, to shining our light so brightly that we cannot help but light the way for others. And let us remember in moments of doubt or discouragement that the power to effect change lies within each of us. It is in the choices we make every day, in the way we treat ourselves and others, in the values we live by and the dreams we chase. For in the end, the legacy we leave is not measured by our accolades or achievements, but by the lives we touch, the hearts we inspire, and the difference we make in the world. As we stand together at this juncture, looking back on the path we've traversed, a path illuminated by self-belief, empowered by our voices, guarded by our boundaries, and made resilient through our trials, we find ourselves not at an end, but at a new beginning. The journey ahead beckons with the promise of uncharted territories, of dreams yet to be realized, and of stories yet to be told. It is a journey that calls for courage, for hope, and for an unwavering belief in the power of change within us, around us, and through us. As we venture forward, let us carry with us the lessons of the past, the wisdom of our experiences, and the strength of our convictions. Let us not be daunted by the vastness of the journey ahead, for it is in stepping into the unknown that we discover our true potential. Remember, the most significant steps are not those marked by certainty, but by the courage to move forward, even in the face of uncertainty. The road ahead will undoubtedly have its share of obstacles and challenges. Yet it is through these very challenges that we grow, that we learn, and that we are shaped into the fullest expression of our beings. Embrace these moments, for they are the crucibles in which our character is refined, our resolve is tested, and our spirits are forged. Let us also remember that we do not walk this path alone. We are part of a tapestry of humanity, woven together by our shared hopes, dreams, and desires. As we move forward, let us reach out to others, sharing our light, offering our support, and building bridges of understanding and compassion. For it is together, hand in hand, heart to heart, that we can create a world that reflects our highest ideals. As we prepare to step into the future, let us do so with hearts full of hope, eyes open to the beauty of possibility, and spirits buoyed by the boundless potential that resides within each of us. Let us be fearless in the pursuit of what sets our souls on fire, relentless in our quest for truth, and unwavering in our commitment to leave the world a little better than we found it.